My name is Jay Hobbs, and I am joined by three just awesome clowns. We've got Fun Cannon, we've got Emerlin, and we've got Shockwave over here on the end with too many sharks, really. Like, honestly, that's just too many.
Call me Sharkwave.
Джей Хоббс, и я тут, короче, познакомился с
Starting
тремя
Sharknado.
просто
Yeah.
прикольными
Oh,
клоунами.
please no.
У одного, короче, много акул,
So the first thing I want to
других
jump
поменьше.
into, people out there know Borderlands, right? Like they know
Сейчас мы
Borderlands is
забабахаем
awesome and all that. But I want to
Sharknado.
ask, why Borderlands 2? What is it about Borderlands 2 that draws you guys to the game?
Borderlands 2 is really broken.
Все мы знаем такой классный голос Borderlands. Guys,
Compared to the other
вопрос,
games,
почему именно
Borderlands
Борда
1 ends
вторая?
up being really grind heavy. It's
А
pretty
вот ответ,
slow.
потому что Борда очень,
Pre-sequel
очень,
is
очень сломана.
yeah.
I kind of like pre-sequel. I think it has some fun glitches, but there's definitely way more that's broken about Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just go fast.
The whole point of the game is to be as broken as possible, not like execute the game itself well. Just like, hey, just do glitches and just do stuff. Like,
Yeah.
That's it.
And the RNG isn't extremely punishing. Like it's every run has wildly different RNG, but generally we can make it work.
So we're going to be seeing all three of you playing together, co-op all quests this time around. Now, Funkin, I know this run in particular has been special to you. What does getting this run in mean to you?
Well, I've been running the game since 2013, and this is my first time getting this game
Много
in, so
болтовни
it's
про гличи и про
a
то,
huge
что не
honor,
все очень
really.
любят Борду.
Yeah, because you've been submitting for a while, right? Like,
Oh yes, pretty much
essentially.
every event.
Wow, that's awesome. I love Borderlands 2, and I love the All Quest run, so I'm super excited to watch it. Now, all of you have done several runs at GDQ, different games and stuff, but especially like Amy and Shockwave, you two have really done a lot of co-op runs together.
Like 1 or 2 runs, maybe.
I think the Hat in Time run was the only run you did.
That's the only one I've done by myself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything else I've done with you.
So is there something about like just co-op runs specifically that jump out at you, or is just...
It's a more fun experience for me. I've been on like a hiatus from solo stuff because it feels like a grind to me.
Чего
To me, it
такого
feels like a grind. I
спрашивали?
don't have as much fun with it.
Нравится ли
Whereas
ему
for me, I feel like I'm just
катать
hanging out with friends
в
and
коопе
having a good time. Like, yeah, I
спидран
have to care
больше,
about
чем
doing the
соло?
glitches, doing
Он
the skits,
ответил,
like all
что
that stuff.
да.
But like, when I hang out
Так
and do
намного
co-op quests,
интереснее,
like
потому
I
что с
have fun
друзьями
doing it,
вплываться во все
and I
эти
get to
гличи намного веселее.
goof off and I don't know, do stuff with you. I don't know.
Yeah. Be friends.
Yeah.
Sounds gross.
Sure.
Yeah, it's also like when you're streaming for 3, 4, 5 hours at a time, like I go insane just talking to myself and like
Ну и
it's
опять
cool,
же, у
but
среднего чувака
it's nice
спрашивали,
to
как
hear another
тебе, и
human
он
voice
ответил,
once in a
что
while.
ну
I talked
вот,
about
в любом
this,
случае,
at a
если
panel with
ты
some
что-то
other
сделал
people, but,
неправильно,
like,
можно же
it's-
на друзей
If
спихнуть.
everything goes wrong, at least you just spend a few hours with your friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
much. You can
And
always
then we
have
just
fun.
get to poke at each other when we go to dinner or something.
Yeah. All right, so what about all quests is different? Because I think we've only seen any percent before for Borderlands 2, and all quests is actually like a lot more, right? Like, it's pretty-
Yes, the game has I think 127 quests, something
that's
like
right.
that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's quite a few. A couple of them end up being pretty arbitrary, but it shows off so much more of the game, including a couple areas that you just normally wouldn't see at all. And just the crazy amount of routing that has gone into it with multiple different areas of 2 people going at Mach speed and trying to get all of this done in the fastest possible time is insane. And compared to the solo version of All Quest, it's about 2 hours faster. So it's a significant difference, and it's just a huge joy to do.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
and like
Sorry?
regarding the time, like if you remember the AGDQ 2014 run with Broman, T-Rex, Ubergoose, and iMisty, the strats for Borderlands 2 have advanced in these 5 years that like we're gonna get a time that's comparable to theirs. Like
Wow.
that's how much the game.
And all they did
While
was
doing
just beat the
everything.
game.
Yeah,
They didn't do
they did
anything
any
from the
percent.
side. Yeah.
Wow.
So
And now our tech has advanced quite a bit, so we're going to see all 3 of your screens too.
Yeah.
Well, you reminded me of one of the social media questions that
Вопрос
somebody was
задала,
asking here,
кто лучше
which
Экстон?
is from @BigLaw. Who's the better Axton? Because Axton, I believe, is the character that goes really fast, right?
As much as I would love to say me,
I'll gloat about this one. It's
he's
more.
done it quite a bit longer.
Yeah, we've been doing.
me. We don't.
Было
yes,
решено, что
yeah.
Человек-акула
No,
лучше
we've
Экстон.
been running since basically what, college, or since I was senior year of my college year, so like 3 years at this point almost.
Mid 2016.
Yeah, something like that. So like almost 3 years now I've been doing this. So it's getting to the point where it's like I don't want to say I could do it blindfolded, but like I could get to the point where I've memorized like mouse flicks that I can casually talk to chat and then just flick my mouse and navigate through a map pretty quickly.
Wow. Yeah, because I mean you're moving so fast, you basically have to do everything predictably, right?
Yeah, it's like flying a jet down a hallway with butter on your feet.
That's a pretty apt description. Okay. I never thought of it that way, but that's pretty great. Now, the next thing I wanted to ask you all, though, is not only are you here as runners, all running in the same game and stuff, and some of you are doing commentary as well, as we just heard from FC, but you're also all volunteering, right? So what's it like being here with more of a role than just a runner? Like, what's that like? And especially for Amy and Shockwave, like you guys have both done the producer role, something that I think people don't really get to hear a lot about.
Doesn't show up if
there's some huge tech issue that happens or something like that.
Yeah, if like earlier when the tracker crashes, I was on shift for that, so I was pinging everybody in the Discord going, hey, we have a problem.
Right.
It's really nice to sort of like work behind the scenes and actually like help out, regardless of whether I'm on camera helping out or not. Like I know that I'm using the skills that I have just from day to day that I can help at this event and do whatever I need to make this event as the best as it can. So not only am I just helping because I'm doing a run, I'm helping actually run the show.
Yeah, that's super cool. And FC, what are you actually volunteering in, and how is that?
I'm going to be doing stage tech, and it's just really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
when I did stage tech was my favorite, just because like getting to unplug and replug things and mess with the big box.
And honestly, one of the best benefits of it, you end up seeing a lot more runs that you normally wouldn't see. You have to be up sometimes at really early hours in the morning that you'd normally just sleep through, and you get to watch Awful Block or something like that.
Yeah. Oh God, I was producing AGDQ 2019 Awful Block, and I caught Ice Plug's Home Alone in New York too. I felt like I was having a fever dream the entire time. That run, seriously, if you guys haven't seen that run, you need to go watch it. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I was gonna say one of like my #1 just GDQ tips for first timers, even watching at home, is show up for a run that you know nothing about. Like sit down and watch a run you know nothing about, because you are often surprised. It's great. Well, we had a lot of people out there asking you questions on social media, so I want to get to a few more of those. We had one that wasn't quite working in our system, so sorry if it doesn't quite show up on screen, but I believe it was Lady Cyndaquil, right?
Yeah.
Was asking, how did the three of you meet?
Okay, so
You first.
Shock and I. So it's kind of a daisy chain of events.
Okay.
In a really weird way. So Shock and I went to the same college together. We met on my last day of college. He said, like, when's Marvel or something?
No, that was my friend. It was the when's Marvel meme.
Yeah, that was your friend.
Yeah.
And me, having 3 brain cells, was like, oh, he means GDQ.
What?
And I said, hey, you going?
We were being really loud in the back of the room or something. So
I didn't know it meant Evo at the time. I didn't know what fighting games are. So we met up at AGDQ 2015.
I bullied him into running Hat in Time's beta build.
Yeah, I was a slacker backer for that. And then since the game was taking a while to come out, we just said, hey, let's find another co-op game to run. So we started running Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
And
then at the event, we kind of met up with each other. We actually have wonderful pictures, by the way. Trip through time real quick, if you want to zoom in on that one.
See.
So we actually met after my Hat in Time run. We took pictures with this guy because he was like, oh yeah, he's so cool, he's the fun kid, he's like our idol and everything. So we took these pictures with him and we said, we're going to take co-op world record. And we actually did it.
They did. That's fair.
So we just became friends that way just because we ran the game so much.
And then Shockwave moved in with me after he graduated from college, and then FC.
We just happened to be like in the general area for a year, and then just hated it there. So we just ended up moving
closer to us. And we all live within 15 minutes of each other.
Wow. Shock's technically my neighbor.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If I could walk to his house in 10 minutes.
So that's incredible. So that means the world is open, right? You don't just have to play online co-op games. You can play the whole gamut. Any local co-op, you got it.
Yeah,
we could. Yeah.
That's
we used to live together, so we did LAN runs all the time.
Yeah. There was definitely a meme about that being cheating, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because load times are fast.
В общем-то, в истории два парня слева и справа уже дружили до того, как занимались ветеранами. Потом приехали на ГДК, встретили парнишку справа, и оказалось, что они все соседи живут буквально в 15 минут друг от друга.
They ask, what's the hardest trick to pull off in the All Quest round?
Bloodshot super skip, and he does it. 100%. That's
twice.
Twice. Yeah, he does it twice.
All right, well, without spoiling it, because why don't we give that as like a, people should tune in for that one. About how far in the run is it?
That's
45
minutes.
45 minutes to an hour.
Самый сложный скип — это Bloodshot, который будет делать чувак справа.
Without spoiling much.
Think Metroid.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I'm the host player, they're the client players. Since your client, some stuff is desynced, I can't do it as host. Like, I don't have the skill to be able to do it, and I have perfect timing on everything.
Right.
Like everything goes off at the perfect time, enemy hitboxes are correct, and he can get it off host reliably.
Wow. Okay, well, keep an eye out 45 minutes in or so. I think we're going to ask one more here. We got from, okay, you know what? I gotta go with this one because we saw it and it's ridiculous. At Mildew00 asks,
Oh, please.
do crabs think the fish are flying? And I'm sending this one day.
This is 100% him.
All right.
Oh, all right. Shark
So,
down.
The crabs, right? They're on the ocean floor. The fish are flying. Right? Right?
All right, I'm not giving you a mic anymore. We're going back up to the
Can you
front.
be the third runner for a run at the
Yeah,
end?
that's
He's out,
fine.
right?
All right, yeah, he's out.
You can
All right.
teach me real fast.
Yeah.
All right.
It's easy, we swear.
Scroll down. That's it.
Scroll. That's right. I'm on 2 mice though, right?
Nope,
No,
just one.
Just one now.
Yeah.
Gauge is easy.
All right.
Я
We're
постарался
gonna throw it back
перевести
up to
мем.
the host before this gets even
Крабы
further out of hand because we've got
по
Perfect Dark, that
воде
first bonus game
пролегают.
being ready to run by
Рыбы над
Alchemist.
водою пролетают.
All right, thank you, Jay Hobbs, and I am really looking forward to that
Ой, наконец-то игра.
Borderlands 2 run. And that being said, they actually have a Borderlands 2 glitch exhibition that
может,
could
и
get
нет.
unlocked. And right now, it's raised just over $10,000. But oh man, we need another 10,000 to be able to reach that 20,000 margin. So keep those donations coming in, folks. All right, I'd like to take a quick moment to just
уже
remind us
полсуммы на
that we
борту
are raising
собрали.
money for Doctors
Нас
Without
обкол.
Borders. Doctors Without Borders is an international, independent medical humanitarian organization that delivered emergency aid to people affected by armed conflict, epidemics, malnutrition, natural disaster, and exclusion from healthcare in over 70 countries in 2018. On any given day, thousands of individuals representing dozens of nationalities can be found providing assistance to people caught in crises around the world. They are doctors, nurses, logistics experts, administrators, epidemiologists, laboratory technicians, mental health professionals, and others who work together in accordance with MSF's guiding principles of humanitarian action and medical ethics. The organization received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1999. Thank you so much, Doctors Without Borders, for all the hard work you do around the world, and we are proud to be raising money for such a great cause. All right, speaking of which, we do have a donation here. Oliver Trussell donated $25 saying, longtime watcher, first time donating. Titanfall 2 was amazing and well done on that speedy run. And of course, thank you, GDQ staff, for all the hard work to make this event happen. You know what? Thank you, Oliver. You're awesome.
Донат на $25. Много смотрю, впервые задонатил. Titanfall с спидран был прекрасен. И вообще спасибо ГДК, что вы все это делаете. Ответ читающего: нет, чувак, спасибо тебе.
We have a $50
donation
donation from
55
Kevin G
баксов.
that says,
Perfect Dark.
donating to see the Perfect Dark run make it in. Elvis lives. And you know what, Kevin? Thank you so much for that donation. You all made that bonus game 1 happen, and I'm really excited to see Alchemist break down Perfect Dark.
Donation 15 баксов. 15 баксов того стоит, чтобы огореть для спидрана Perfect Dark.
All right, we are fortunate to be sponsored here at GDQ by The Yeti. GDQ's official t-shirt sponsor, providing tees and other merch for nearly 8 years. Donated over $1 million toward GDQ's partnered charities. Visit www.theyeti.com to check out the SGDQ collection. Thank you, The Yeti. Your shirts are awesome. We have a $20 donation from Cosmic Shark that says, "Perfect Dark is such a cool game. Putting this out to BL2 glitches. Oh, and shout out to the quails up front." Thank you, Cosmic. You are helping us make our way to that glitch exhibition that still has quite a ways to go, so keep those donations coming in, folks. All right, speaking of some other hot things that we can donate for, while our Perfect Dark runners and commentators are getting set up, there is a bid war going on for that Perfect Dark file name that's going to be closing the moment we end up throwing it over to them. And
Можете шутить про то, что ран так и не начался.
Is in the lead by $1 over Amy at $201 versus $2. Oh, nope, just kidding. Got you. Amy just pulled in the lead with a big donation of $50, bringing it up to $250. So if you want to make it happen, get those donations in before the run starts. We have a $5 donation from Dolph42 that says, "First of many." Thanks, Dolph. I'm looking forward to the future donations. And also, thank you so much for that $5. Every single little bit helps because, you know what? We're here working hard, playing video games for fun.
Donation
And
на
all
5
this money
баксов.
that we end up raising
Первый
goes
из
directly to
большого
charity. So
количества.
thank you so much, Dolph, and everybody else who has donated so far. You guys are awesome.
Да, перерыв, конечно, жесткий образовался. Давайте, наверное, расскажу, что здесь происходит для тех, кто не в курсе. Происходит такой ивент, как Games Done Quick, проходит обычно приблизительно 2 раза в год. Собираются деньги на благотворительность, разные фонды. На данный момент, насколько я смогу предполагать, скорее всего, снова врачи для границ. Все донейшены, которые приходят во время этого ивента, отправляются на благотворительность. А также вы участвуете в некоторых розыгрышах и конкурсах на всякие там фигурочки, спонсорские, футболки и так далее. А также, если вам резко заинтересуетесь спидранами, вы можете оставаться на этом канале. Здесь будут периодически выходить обязательно обучающие видео по спидранам. И мы всегда рады новым пиццам, так скажем, заинтересованным в развитии спидран в целом.
SGDQ. Thank you so much, Fangamer. All right, a little bit of an update on that Perfect Dark file name bid war. Amy is pulling ahead even further, bit by bit, from some extra money. So if you want aimbot to happen, donate $59 or more. Keep those donations coming in.
В общем, ребята, дело такое. Ран по Perfect Dark не начнется, пока вы не задонатите $59 или больше. Поэтому, если вы, заинтересованы в том, чтобы выйти именно этот ран, и не просто сидеть и ждать 40 минут, то вот, вперед.
I donate directly to MSF every month through my employer, but I always have to donate more every GDQ. Everyone should look into programs their employers have, as some will allow you to donate pre-tax or match your donation to approved nonprofits. It's a great way to maximize your giving. That's so true, Alexander Trueblood. Thank you so much for that message and the donation.
Можем поговорить про то, какой Маффин классный чувак. Спидранер, который Perfect Dark привез в этот раз. А Каверт Маффин великолепный и клевый спидранер. Классный чувак, его раны великолепны, а его короночка — это Звездные войны. Да.
And I'm just going to throw it over to play a quick Twitch ad. Thanks, Twitch. All right, welcome back, folks, to Summer Games Done Quick. That being said, just going to take a moment to talk about some of the prizes you could be eligible to win if you end up donating to the marathon. So there, for $5 in donations that you spend throughout the entire marathon, you could be eligible for a Metroid Other M art folio, and it looks heckin' cool. That being said, also, if you end up donating a cumulative of $10, you will also be eligible for a Slipstream speedrun hype. Also, for $30, you could be eligible for a sculpted Samus statue and some other prizes, such as a Samus Aran repainted amiibo, as well as a Metroid Prime light suit print, or even a Metroid Prime gravity suit print. So keep those donations coming in as you watch throughout the entire week, folks.
Короче, ребят, я загадал слово на тему спидрана. У вас есть неограниченное количество времени, как я понимаю. И вот гадайте удачи.
By just about $300, but Amy is closing in. So if you really want to keep that bid war going, get those donations in for that Amy file name. Speaking of donations, we have $10 from Professor Tom that says Titanfall, Perfect Dark, Covert Muffin, and Borderlands. What a night. What a night indeed. We have so many amazing runs this marathon, Professor Tom, and Thank you so much for that donation. All right, we also have an anonymous $100 donation that says, "Good day, and looking forward to seeing this glitch exhibition for Borderlands 2. Let's get it, lads." Thank you so much for that donation. That brings us pretty much within $9,000 of being able to make that glitch exhibition happen for Borderlands 2. So keep those donations coming in if you would like to see some more epic speed action. Here at SGDQ 2019, we are also extremely fortunate to be sponsored by Power Up Audio, indie games sound studio from Vancouver, Canada. They've worked on games such as Super Meat Boy Forever and also Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer featuring The Legend of Zelda. You can check them out at powerupaudio.com. The crew here at SGDQ, Joey, Kevin, Cole, and honorary team member Derek, donating their time, and they are on sound, on site, 24/7. They really do a lot of great work here. Quick thanks from them to all the fan remixers and cover artists who sent in their music for SGDQ. Hope you're enjoying this year's soundtrack. Thanks, Power Up Audio. You guys are epically awesome. All right, folks, and I'm getting word that none other than Alchemast is ready for Perfect Dark any percent, and so I am going to go ahead and throw it over to him. Take it away, Alchemast.
Вы дождались.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Perfect Dark. Any percent
Не пугайтесь графона, это просто шутаны 2000-х.
And we'll just do a couch roll call real quick. I'm Jaxler.
Hello, TVCR here.
And then we also have the disembodied voice of Kevin DDR joining from us all the way
Справа
from
на
the other
диване
side of the planet.
Jaxler.
Yes, that's right. I am discording in from Japan, so hopefully everybody can
Спидранеры
hear me.
Алкомас.
And thanks again to GDQ for letting me do this. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it to the event in person this year, and Perfect Dark, as I'm sure anyone who's watched me
Парень
play
не
it over the
справа.
last 2 years is one of
Парень
my
на
absolute
прямом
favorite
подключении по
games. So
Дискорду прямо
I'm
из
really grateful
Японии.
to be able to do some commentary and help out.
Это его тренер.
Thank you. I wish I could be there in person. Thank you very much. Coming from
Будет
Japan
помогать
might be a bit of a
напрямую из
challenge.
стороны производителя, так сказать.
Yeah, awesome. Well, this is Perfect Dark. It's the sequel of sorts to GoldenEye.
Приглашает всех в Японию.
A rare N64 shooter. It's a very fun, interesting, unusual speed run. So, I mean, I guess take it away, guys, if you have anything to say.
Yeah, I think before we begin, we have a file name in
Что можно рассказать еще о Perfect Dark? Ну, помимо того, что это шутан из 2000-х, он еще и на Nintendo 64.
Aimbot. Yeah.
Aimbot. And that, all caps, right? Yep, all caps.
All caps.
No spaces.
Okay. Thank you all for donating, by the way.
Wait.
Имя, на которое задонатили, будет Aimbot.
Inputting text on this seems weird.
Yeah.
Should I just use
Что еще можно рассказать об этой игре? В общем-то, то, насколько быстро вы пробежите эту игру, зависит напрямую от того, какая у вас версия. И конкретно для Any% нужна версия Океания и Европа. А еще нужно отключить часть музыки в моно, чтобы ускорить процесс, отключить все хайрезы и отключить текстуры. А еще, если запустить игру 16 на 9, она начнет безбожно лагать. Так что играем 4 на 3. Также могу рассказать о том, что, имея очень интересный джойстик для Nintendo, играя в эту игру, когда вы займетесь спидраном, если вам это станет интересно, придется выучить новый вариант удерживания своего геймпада. Он будет называться Alien Grip. Смысл его такой, что ваша рука ложится почти целиком на верхнюю часть геймпада, заворачивается в себя, и ваша рука больше похожа на серп. На самом деле я не смогу объяснить, как это выглядит. Просто знайте, эту игру нельзя нормально играть. Поехали. В общем, побегали в прошлой игре по стенам, а сейчас мы сразу же отправимся под них. Почему нет? На самом деле, эти out of bound довольно непростые, но научиться. Также могу рассказать о том, что в этой игре двигаются немножко под углом для того, чтобы ускорить себя. Стрелять во врагов обязательно. Останавливаться, чтобы в них стрелять, не обязательно.
Through some lasers that get deactivated by a cleaning bot that roams around the stage. Now, of course, we don't have time to wait for such trivialities. So for a bit, this is, for the longest time, this was more or less just presumed to be an auto-scroller. But then eventually a technique was discovered to skip the lasers. And you'll be seeing Alka attempt that here.
Еще существует техника по пропуску лазера. В общем-то, нужно очень постараться, чтобы их пропустить. Все. Достаточно просто поставить камерой в то место, где стоит счетчик, или как это будет правильно называться. Пошли стресс-слова от раннера, потому что не получается глич. В общем, если присесть, подходя к лазеру с определенным углом 45 градусов, то вы должны пролезть через лазер без дамага. Теперь придется задержаться, чтобы расстрелять всех этих парней сзади. Если вы прислушаетесь не к моему голосу, а к очень тихой трансляции, вы услышите голос Гордона Фримана, вы увидите модельки из игры с Гордоном Фриманом, а еще здесь звуки прямо как в Blue-Shift, да.
So there we go. He runs past the drone, and that's it. That's the end of that stage. Next coming up is extraction. So we've found the robot, the
На самом деле, насколько я помню, в скобочках вижу эту игру впервые, больше здесь гличей с аутофбаундами не будет. Будут побегушки, пострелушки. На самом деле, еще помимо того, что раннер и так запустил себе игру за счет того, что отключил по максимуму графические настройки, у него еще и aimbot. Вот настолько он читер. Однако для этой игры это разрешено. А сейчас будет донат на $50. А не, подожди, уже не будет.
All right, as you were. Go on.
Awesome, that's so cool. All right, we have
Если вы думали,
$50 from
что
DL player that says,
здесь будет
"Perfect
долгая
Dark came
секция
out
с
when I was in
отбеганием
high
половины
school, and
здания,
now
чтобы
I'm
попасть
old
на
with
лестницу,
kids.
нет. Ее
My
можно
son is
просто открыть с
watching
другой
with me,
стороны.
and I look forward to sharing games like this with him in the future. Love GDQ and all the staff. Keep up the amazing work."
Вот донейшн на $50. Люблю спидраны, люблю КДК. И своих детей научу.
We're
Люблю
moving
вас,
on.
ребята.
So, we've stolen the AI, and it turns out that the aliens who are planning on using it to destroy Earth are unhappy about that. So they've taken our institute's founder, Dr. Carrington, hostage at his villa. So this game's plot is honestly just amazing. It's really.
Мне почему-то сейчас Дайкатана привиделась.
This is a pretty simple chill stage. We just kind of strafe to the end. Now, one thing is that in the basement, there's a couple buttons you've got to hit here to activate a generator. They're pretty frustrating to hit because obviously you want to hit them in full strafe because when you move in the same direction for 3 seconds or more in this game, or just moving forward at all, you gain like a significant speed boost. So you don't want to break strafe. But buttons activate on button release instead of button
Объяснил,
press.
зачем все-таки нужно двигаться именно в сторону. В общем-то, если двигаться в одно и то же направление больше, чем 3 секунды, игра считает, что вы должны получить ускорение. А еще, чтобы нажимать кнопки, на них даже не нужно нажимать.
We'll just totally pretend that's for some like skillful gameplay reason and fun. So of course you just got to kill all the
Только что ранее убил моего любимого рейнджера-бандита. Да, было правильно замечено, помимо того, что у него аимбот и ускорение, когда он двигается больше, чем 3 секунды в одном направлении, он еще стреляет из пинбольных шариков, убивает рейнджера. Машины будущего прекрасны, киберпанк — ты великолепен. На самом деле это, ранняя версия все-таки. Не обязательно к этому чуваку подходить, чтобы бегать с ним через всю карту. Можно просто пихнуть ему в голову мину, и все.
Next, of course, we've got G5, where you kill some invisible guards. They move in a kind of predictable pattern.
Сейчас мы будем убивать невидимых чуваков.
Players or experienced players, at least, will kind of know where they are. You've got to kill every guard in every room to get the key cards to move on.
Трускиловые пацаны в этой игре знают, где все замаскированные противники.
Now, of course, you'll see he leaves some guards alive here. Normally, you might think, these guards might cause problems or cause the mission to fail or something. It turns out like only one guard on this difficulty actually calls the alarm, so he just kills him. So next is, of course, the cam spy, where
мы сейчас из всех охранников, которые только были, подстрелили последнего, для того, чтобы потом не тратить время на подстреление других, нужно знать, что этот единственный охранник может здесь активировать тревогу. Поэтому валим его и бежим дальше. Конкретный спидранер, насколько я помню, держит 6-е место по табличке на спидран.коме, одном из самых основных сайтов для спидранеров. Ну и их рекордов, соответственно.
In honor of this game, I'll do one push-up for every dollar donated with the word perfect in it. Keep me busy, keep me fit. You got it, Devonator MC.
That sounds dangerous.
Пришел донейшн, что это моя любимая игра, вообще-то Perfect Dark. Очень волнительно увидеть ее на SGDQ. Вот что я сделаю. За каждый доллар, который будет приходить в донейшн, я буду тыкать пальцем. Так что да, сделайте меня занят.
But of course that doesn't save real time, only in-game time. So during the full game run, we just let it play out. Now check out this safe door. Look at this. I mean, who would design a safe like this? Look at this thing. It opens at like 1 inch per second. I mean, come on, guys. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like they saw King Zora from Ocarina of Time. I'm like, Yeah, we can do that.
Спидранер недоволен геймдизайнером, который сделал так, что эта сейфовая дверь открывается по миллиметру в час. А еще, кстати, вот как вы видите, крутые парни и спидранеры не смотрят на взрывы, а просто их скипают. Кат-сцены, кстати, тоже.
Invading Area 51. Okay, sounds good. Let's do that. This button is
that button is evil.
Extremely aggravating button. It just does not like being.
Если вы не узнали, что это за известное здание, то это зона 51. Да. А мы как трушный шпион, кстати, мы шпион, да, это важно. Мы приходим сюда каждый день погулять, попить кофе и пострелять в других рейнджеров по возможности.
It's fine. It's
Это было нормально.
If you're like a pico-yoctosecond too slow getting into that lift,
I got trolled by those guards.
You just get completely obliterated by those guards. And that sucks when it happens. I mean, I've had it happen
Если
quite
у
a
вас
few times.
реакция улитки, то в этом моменте обычно вы умираете. Что сейчас и произошло.
Yeah, it's of course I struggle with this stage, and I know back when I was learning the individual level for it, I had a lot of problems even just making the lift. And on the higher difficulties too, you have to do more stuff before getting in there. And yeah, if you don't make it in, you're pretty much dead. So, and that goes for a lot of this game too. It's like, you know, a lot of the strats that are used kind of only work if you're quick. And if you're not quick, like, you're just dead.
Okay, we're good now.
There we go.
All right, cool. So I believe now this is PAL. Alka plays PAL on this game for a glitch that only works on the PAL version, and only works if you play in full screen mode as opposed to wide or cinema, which we'll see later. So I think he'll make
Что-то там непонятное про свои гличи говорят.
Or at least come very
Похоже,
close.
японцы.
Yeah. It's a lot harder to make on NTSC, but on PAL the lift timing is kind of different, so didn't lose too much time there. Nice. All right. So moving onwards, next is Rescue. And of course, this door isn't open on PAL. It's open on NTS. And,
Thank you so much
for
that,
Alchemist. You can do that on PAL. So, I mean, clearly that's obviously the only reason that PAL is being used.
Swag.
No, it's actually not, but...
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Показать этот великолепный момент взрыва в катсцене стоило пара секунд. Оцените, пожалуйста.
Is a great stage. You're supposed to take some explosives that are, as Jonathan eloquently puts it, in that crate to blow up a weak section of the wall. And we didn't do that. So, you know, obviously the mission is hosed. There's no way things can go well. I mean, you might as well just quit and reset. I think obviously...
I cut the lift really early.
Да, то, что игра в 7 FPS, это норма. А еще у них выключены все настройки графики, как я уже говорил. Просто это игра Nintendo. И это ее фишечка. Потому что тру шпионам не нужны FPS.
And sometimes he's just there, sometimes he's not. Due to lag-related reasons and other things.
Мобы здесь рандомные, неписи непредсказуемые, иногда бывают, иногда не бывают.
Sure, sounds good. We have
All right, let's do it.
All right, we have $10 from Chris Halfhide
У
that
нас
says
есть время на донаты, а нет, его нет.
Perfect. Enjoy your workout, my dude.
Тот парень, который сказал, что он за каждый донат будет присылать тык, только что сделал 15 тыков по вашим ушам в виде текстового доната и прибавил. Продолжайте добавлять, не работает.
They either drop the key card or don't drop the key card at all. And it turns out if you just kill that back right guard, he drops the key card every time.
All right, so this is escape, so this is rather tricky, so I'm just gonna let, we might want to let Alka focus a little bit here. A lot going on here.
У нас появился новый друг. Он немножко воняет из серы, но это ничего. Теперь нам нужно его отсюда вытащить.
We're trying to free him from Area 51 with our fellow spy agent Jonathan. And Jonathan is a little
Если
pain in the
что,
butt.
то
He
это
really does not
пришелец-шпион,
like,
его зовут
his
Джонатан.
fighting is spectacular.
Скорее всего,
And all
не
sorts of fun
Джостер.
things can happen with him. As well as the alien Elvis. Things can happen
Он
there
такой
too.
шутник,
So
такой
we're
шутник.
gonna go and meet Jonathan first.
К сожалению, в этой игре он не шутит.
Stashing away our alien friend.
Это наш лучший друг.
Yeah, go for it, go for it.
Great, we have $25 from Where Shadows Thrive that says, "Hey GDQ, this message is for my boy Jaxler on the couch. The Ace Gang is here to support you 100%.
Oh my
Keep
God.
being awesome."
Thank you.
Aw, wholesome. So actually, Alka got a pretty good Jonathan there. Jonathan is following his path as he should. If he ever sees any guards, he just stops, rolls around on the ground, and shoots them with his revolver. Does all sorts of dumb stuff.
Кстати,
Pretty bad.
из-за того, что я неправильно услышал, вот этого парня, который человек, теперь тоже зовут Джонатан. И он теперь наш новый лучший друг. Но это не значит, что пришелец нам тоже не друг. Вот этот будет Джонатан Джостер теперь.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, sure, we have plenty of donations. We have $10 from Omicron EXE that says, "I gotta see the Borderlands 2 glitch exhibition. I'll donate another $10 if the host pronounces my name correctly on stream. I hope I did you proud, Omicron
Elvis,
EXE."
move.
Okay, so now this is frustrating. Elvis,
пришельца теперь зовут
guy.
Элвис.
He's just clearly not trying at all. See, now Jonathan's getting distracted by guards. I mean, it's a dumpster fire sometimes, and yeah, that happens.
This is why you don't run this level.
Этот пришелец такой милашка, он такой
What is
пухлый.
so
А
late?
еще он серый.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, he had problems. He got distracted. So we'll just do this. We'll push him around. And the reason for this
Я
is
же
by
говорил, что
pushing him
Джонатан
all the way
такой
to this
шутник,
ramp,
такой шутник.
he actually completes his objective much
Это
faster.
местный мунволк, да. Лунная походочка.
So we can do a little trick here. I don't know if Alka's going to try this trick. It's
Если
pretty,
что, он не против.
pretty rare. It's pretty dangerous in a full run, so we'll see here. But basically, you got to activate two consoles once the music changes. Yep, there it is. Okay, nice. So you can actually press B on that console twice to like buffer the second input.
Опять же, вместо того, чтобы бегать весь уровень, чтобы нажать вторую из первых. После первой и второй панели из двух нужно. Достаточно просто нажать на нее, быстренько развернуться, прожать через стенку, и все. Вы готовы отправляться дальше.
It's also got some really classic Grant Kirkhope, or I think it's Grant Kirkhope anyway, who did the music on this stage too. But it, you might recognize the sound. It kind of sounds a little, I don't know, Banjo-Kazooie, DK64-ish, music. It's great. So we knock out we tranquilize a flight attendant and steal her uniform to board Air Force One, so we can warn the president that aliens and the head of the NSA are going to kidnap him and try and rescue him with the assistance of our alien friend who we stole from Area 51. So the plot's just coming along, Peach.
Элвис, которого мы украли в прошлом уровне, сказал, что ему скучно, он хочет себе друга.
Yep.
Сейчас мы еще друга спасем отсюда.
Now, at the end of the stage here, normally on the agent difficulty in an individual level run, the way we would play this stage is by shooting out a control panel, which causes the laser grid at the bottom of the stage to freak out, letting us run directly through it. But there's actually a branching completion to this stage. Depending on which exit you leave the stage through, either that or the side door of Air Force One, you start in either the basement or like the cargo bay or the main floor of Air Force One on the next stage. So to save time, since we actually want to be upstairs on Agent,
this is really good.
We run the slower path here. Yeah, that was good.
That was really good. Yeah.
Nice. And next is Air Force One.
Сейчас был практически идеально пробежан уровень, что неплохо.
Which was probably my best accomplishment in this game. And I worked with Alka a little to try and improve the RTA strat for this stage. Mostly to no avail, unfortunately, because the president really likes to behave strangely.
Screw this guy.
So here you're gonna. We just punch out a,
А теперь мы спасаем
presidential
президента.
bodyguard.
Don't worry
He doesn't
about it.
care
От кого мы спасаем его,
But if we ever
неизвестно,
leave
походу
his
от
sight
своих
for
же
a second,
стражей.
he will instantly cause the mission to fail and call security. So
Oh,
what we do here is
Президенту
kind of
что-то не
lure him out
нравится.
this way, so he can still see us as we run down the hallway. Next is throwing a mine to detach a UFO, because
Лесом
again,
как
reasons.
сцену.
And now we've got to get the president to the escape pod on Air Force One. You know, this is basically like the movie. I mean, pretty much the same deal, except with more aliens pretending to be.
I don't want to hit Trent.
Scandinavian.
He just messes everything up.
Yeah, Trent can run out and just instantly one-hit kill the president, and that's never a good thing. So we'll not have that happen. So by entering the basement here, when Alka does that, the president stops following him and actually runs immediately to the basement. And it turns out that this is the most consistent. Nice. Okay, president was pretty quick there. That was a pretty quick. Yeah, that was actually.
А это как раз президент был довольно быстро.
Yeah, I mean, in RTA round,
Это значит, что нам все меньше и меньше надо дать эту прекрасную игру.
But the plane crashes. The aliens
По
managed to
секрету нам
make it
осталось
crash.
совсем
We've
чуть-чуть.
crash landed in the tundra over. Actually, there's some debate as to whether or not this stage takes place in Alaska or in
Like the
Vancouver Island or something. But either way, you know, here we are.
Yeah, there's some real. Yeah, this
So
is
we-
sick. Go for it.
The aliens are plotting away. The aliens are plotting away, attempting to create a clone of the president who they can then use to get access to a deep sea mining vessel. And one of the things we need to do, in addition to calling a
Пришелец
rescue,
создал
you know,
клона
alert beacon, which
президента,
Alka did
который
earlier,
может
is blow up
захватывать
this clone.
вас
And we could go all the way over to
посредством
the cave where he's hiding
телекинеза.
and take care of that. But instead, by uncrouching at the right time, we
That
can
should
just
work.
blow him up.
Yeah,
Да
that's
уж,
good.
выкури
Over the wall.
Кодзима.
I think those throws were good. I think
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I almost
okay, we're
shot the
good.
president.
Yeah, don't.
Okay,
nice.
good.
Heart
Okay,
attack
so the
there.
clone was eliminated. That's a
All right.
pretty tricky trick.
Good job.
So good job. Now, hopefully, the president's going to escape this cave quickly. It's a bit of a
Okay,
mess.
good.
Yes. Oh
Go.
my God, nice. He is going. All right, dude.
He
You
can
got
be
this.
really slow sometimes, and then all the enemies will catch up and could even kill him.
Yep, this is perfect. This is actually quite solid. I mean,
Yeah.
even for like,
Very
you know,
decent average.
yeah.
There they go.
Yeah, he says
Раннего в
that.
очередной раз
push them
повезло.
here,
В этот раз президент
Make it a
решил
little bit faster
пробежать
at the end.
максимально быстро, и здесь тоже.
Yeah, this stage has gone catastrophically wrong in practice, so I'm glad that went nice.
Yeah.
And if you miss that throw, that's like an extra minute and a half to the run.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right,
Буквально
now
это
one of my
был самый
favorite
сложный
stages,
уровень во
Pelagic
всем
2,
ранее.
the deep sea mining vessel, or deep sea research vessel, I don't know.
Best music.
Whatever it is. We're on it, and the guards have some amazing uniforms. I mean, just look at these guys. It's spectacular. So first things first, we got to turn off the ship's generator by hitting these buttons.
Oh,
Obnoxiously, these buttons, 4 of them are green and 4 of them are red, and
Oh,
it's random
no.
on every run. You should be fine. I mean, it's gonna be laggy, but that'll be fine.
What?
Немножко угадаечки.
It's around. Get it?
There it is.
Okay, you got it. Nice.
Yeah, I got
All right.
trolled by those guards a bit.
You should be fine. So when that alarm goes off on this stage, the frame rate becomes what can only be described as an abysmal slideshow. Now,
Yeah.
this is actually somewhat critical for a trick that's going to happen later on in the run. So we're just going to blow up these guards here.
That landed a bit
neuron
too
bomb
close.
them, actually.
That grenade.
I think you'll be fine. And then get these guards. We punch out those scientists just to make sure that this guy completes his objective. It's done a little differently in RTA than it does in individual levels. So a
Короче,
few years
сбиваем
ago,
этих
this
ребят,
trick was
чтобы
discovered to
выполнить
skip the entire
цель.
ending of the stage. If the
Тут
lag is
еще
bad,
Oh,
turns
that
out
was a
you
really
can-
на
good
уровне
one.
есть
my God.
Oh
цели.
my god! You can just clip straight through that wall and
Okay.
Run directly into
So,
it.
Alchemist made that look
А это
really
был
easy, but that
не
is
совсем
not
стандартный
easy.
out
Normally,
of
you have to,
bound
like, switch
через
weapons for a few
один
seconds. Even on an individual
из
level
нескольких
run, that's,
типов
you know, a
оружия.
big run, like,
Yeah.
it doesn't go like that most of the time. All right, so this is deep sea. We are now way deep, 5 billion leagues under the ocean
Let's
or
hope
whatever.
Elvis is fast in this level.
this stage is the reason that this run is being played on PAL.
Yeah.
You'll see that come up shortly. Here we've got to turn on an IR scanner and kill these aliens pretending to be guards, or really whatever they are. I don't know.
А теперь мы защищаем стражников, которых только что пинали, убивая пришельцев. И вообще мы на инопланетном корабле, да.
Now, Elvis has a kind of railgun sniper rifle here. Elvis being the alien that we rescued from Area 51.
А еще у Элвиса есть снайперка.
Much like Jonathan, rolling around, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You know, he loves rolling around, and just generally being slow and messing everything up. So the goal here is to kill every guard as fast as possible, so that Elvis doesn't get distracted by them. And I think you're probably going to be fine.
Yeah.
This Elvis is kind of slow.
Do you have time for a quick donation?
Yeah, actually, right now, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
just one.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, we have a $1,000 donation from Schoolen.
$1000 donation.
SGDQ is the highlight of my summer. Thanks for all the runners and donors for raising money for a great cause and being generally awesome all around.
Hurry up! What the fuck?
Elvis is
SGDQ
sometimes Elvis like roams in slow
один из
motion.
лучших событий этого лета, как и других лет. Огромное спасибо всем этим ребятам, которые дают повод донатить, собирать благотворительность.
All right, next, now we're going to see the awesome full stage skipping glitch.
Yeah.
So what's supposed to happen is we go through this teleportal, and then Elvis is supposed to, you know...
It's actually a rare glitch where Elvis literally does not show up. It's as scary as you think.
That didn't happen, so...
It only had to happen once, luckily.
So normally, Elvis is supposed to run with us and go to some console and hack it to deactivate, to basically complete this next objective. But the programmers actually left in the way you complete the objective on PA, the highest difficulty, on the lowest difficulty.
Nice!
So it turns out that because in PAL the resolution is slightly different, the range of the Farsight, this like railgun, is actually larger than it is on NTSC, allowing you to, from a completely different part of the stage that you play on the higher difficulty, take out those canisters and just complete the objective that way. And that's great because Elvis's behavior is abysmal and never goes the way it's supposed to, and that cuts like a good 45 seconds at least, I think, off the run. So good stuff, good stuff. If we got another donation, go ahead and read it. We're just running to the end here.
All right, great, sounds good. We have a $5 donation from Slippery Anvil that says, "All aboard the Perfect Dark Hype Train." Hype. You guys are awesome.
Donation на $5. Какая же скучная ваша
Yeah, it's great. Just for some reason, they decided that only this cutscene is going to be not skippable. I mean, I guess it's the decisive moment of the game.
Единственная причина, по которой мы не скипаем эту кат-сцену, потому что ее нельзя скипнуть.
Endangering humanity. And the aliens are not happy about that. So again, you know, the Carrington Institute, they just can't catch a break. Now the aliens have decided to take over the Institute headquarters, which is like the trading area of the game. And they're holding the NPCs hostage. So we've got to go and rescue them and then deactivate a bomb.
Сейчас будет еще один
Now, normally in an IL, you're supposed to do all this in combat boost, which is like bullet time. You get a little item that lets you basically have slow motion. But of course, that costs real time. So in an RTA run, we just don't do that at all. So you're going to see Alka open that door.
Обычно на том уровне используют slow motion, но он тратит настоящее время, реально. Поэтому его не юзают.
Oh, wow, that was...
And nice, wow, that was unbelievably fast. Wow. Only a certain amount need to survive, but all of them need to be active.
Это было невероятно быстро.
Yeah, that lag is just ridiculous.
Как и, в принципе, весь ранг, он настолько быстр, что я не успеваю. Постоянно что-то происходит. Каждый кадр, я ценю каждый из 7 кадров в секунду в этой прекрасной игре.
Some of the stages require you to look up a lot more, so the lag does get pretty brutal at times, especially in RTA runs where, you know...
That was pretty solid.
Yeah, that was really good.
Now, this This is, again, you guys need to cross your fingers because now we've been kidnapped. We are on the Skitter attack ship. This stage is famously bad. Anyone who's played this game, especially who's played this game on Perfect Agent, the highest difficulty, anyone who's played that, you know that this stage is impossible, and you know that Elvis has to die and just not do his thing at all.
Let's hope for good animations here.
Yeah, жалобы на то, какая это отвратительная лока, насколько ее тяжело играть, на то, что на ней умирает Элвис, наш лучший друг, который подарил нам снайперскую винтовку, стреляющую через стены.
That's a good lift timer. Okay, nice. All right, so hopefully Elvis is going to behave. Alka and another runner, White Ted, who kind of does some like task strats.
Yeah, we just spent one stream coming up with a strat to make this really marathon safe.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in regular runs, it's most of the case the time that Elvis doesn't complete in time for this objective, or he just dies or falls through the floor or all sorts of other fun things. But the way Alka actually here and then runs through a different route should ensure that he lives every time. So,
либо каждый пришелец в этой игре называется Элвис, либо каждый пришелец в этой игре называется Элвис.
Yeah, a little slow, but you know, at least he didn't die or, like I said, fall through the floor, which is a real thing that does happen and is not glorious at all. So, yeah, we got time for a donation. Go ahead, you know, just running around here.
Вы не поверите, в этом насыщенном спидрании появилось время почитать донатики. Никогда такого не было. И вот опять.
Playing Perfect Dark with your friends in split screen after school. What fun memories. Cheers, SGDQ.
Yeah, my favorite slideshow memories.
Полпик играл в эту игру после школы со своими друзьями. Какие прекрасные воспоминания. Спасибо, SGDQ.
Normally this is supposed to be like a sort of infinite spawner type fight, like, you know, you might see in something like a Halo or something like that.
Wow, that was really good kills.
Keep spawning for a while. But there's a trick here. Elvis is going to come through the door after he kills those 3 aliens on the bridge there.
Don't die.
Now, it turns out that we can stop the Scatter from spawning here by having Elvis. When Elvis opens the door, these doors are normally locked, and the Scatter spawn behind them. But if we jam the door open, it turns out that we can actually kind of time it out and make the Scatter that spawns the other one uncloak and then kill him. And that causes the stage to finish, you know, much faster. The technical details on that may be wrong, but that's the general idea. And that worked out quite nice. Wow, 240, was it 245 in a RTA run?
That's really good.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
All right, so we got the last level here.
Yeah, we are here, the final stage of the game. Scatter.
Yeah, time will be.
Наконец-то последняя локация.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a little boss fight where the boss gets impaled by a spike.
This is scary.
And, that's the end of the run. Okay, nice. So you got.
А еще тут очень страшный главный босс, главный мини-босс, мини-игры.
If these guys melee you, you're pretty much done. He's gonna play it safe here, I think. Are you picking up the shield or?
Are you going for the boost?
There we go. Okay. So yeah, all right. There are 5 different pillars there, and it picks a random set of 3 of them for you to throw these little target amplifier things on. Okay, this is a huge skip. So everybody, cross your fingers again.
Yeah, chance spam, please.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice. Okay.
That's as scary as it looks.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like an impossible trick, but it can go wrong very frequently.
Yeah,
the timing is kind of tight.
Yeah.
And you can sort of like invisibly lose your running speed at that point, and it can just go wrong. So it's a good thing it didn't this run.
Whew.
So now we're at the final boss battle of the game against the Scatter King. There's supposedly a Scatter army in there, but we just run by them because it turns out that you actually don't need to kill them at all. So this fight, basically, he's going to shoot the king, then shoot the pillars, using a trick here to break 2 of the pillars at once, which worked. Wow, nice.
Nice.
Okay.
And
Тут есть маленький глич, нужно просто стрелять в монумент. И время. Этот босс должен был быть сложным.
33 minutes flat, and you know, in a marathon run,
that's really
I would
good.
say a sick time normally is about 30 to 31, and using marathon strats, man, I mean that's
that's so impressive.
I'll definitely take that. Very good job, Alka, and thanks again everybody for having me.
I'm gonna check since the game saves your best times on it, so you kind of want to beat them,
Yeah, just go back and look at the save file.
Yeah, and just if it's all right, real quick, I'd like to give a couple quick shout outs to especially if it's all right, just to Brian Bosshart, the Big Boss Man 007, a GoldenEye and Perfect Dark legend who taught me a lot about this game, and also to David Clemens. Another
really
runner
good.
who worked with me on some strats recently.
Yeah, unfortunately, Clemens couldn't be here. He's getting in here on Wednesday, I think. Poor guy.
Of course, someone
Нет,
who
нет,
isn't
им,
around
видимо,
a whole lot
недостаточно.
lately, but
Они
we
хотят
really miss
еще
him, and
прекрасной
if you're
игры.
watching, I hope you hear it. We all love you.
Они желают
Icy,
еще
thanks for everything
немножко
you've done for the
Perfect
game.
Dark.
And I wouldn't have started playing the game without your encouragement and advice. And I think a lot of people wouldn't as well. You're an invaluable resource to the community and everything you did. And yeah, we love you, mate. Hope you're doing well.
And before we go, just two things. One, if you're interested in picking up the run or learning about the speed run for this game and GoldenEye 007, make sure you go check out the-elite.net. There's a ton of resources, and that's where a lot of the leaderboards,
Немножко
especially for the
рекламы
individual
чувака,
runs
который
are.
готов научить вас
And on
играть
top
в
of
эту
that,
игру. Или
But
спидранить
there are
эту
also
игру.
some TA runners too.
Yeah.
Вы же
And then on top of
захотели.
that, please go
Я
follow
вот да.
Alchemaz. This dude is an absolute legend at this game. Can we get one more round of applause for Alchemaz?
Yeah. All right. Thanks a ton, guys. Have a good one. I think
Thank you
I'm
for
peacing
having
out
us.
from Japan here.
All right.
Wow, great job, Alchemaz and community. You guys
Спасибо
put on an excellent performance of
Алкамасу,
Perfect
что
Dark.
привез эту
One
игру,
more
и
cheer
вы
for that,
узнали о
guys.
ней.
That run was hype.
Ну, а далее Borderlands 2 все так же со мной.
All right, speaking of awesome
И, возможно,
donations, we
кем-то
have
еще.
$25 from JD
Должно быть
Jackson
немножко
that says,
повеселей.
have to toss some money at the Borderlands 2 glitch showcase as well. Show me them glitches. And that being said, the Borderlands 2 glitch exhibition is only just over $7,000 away from getting met. So keep those donations coming in so we can see some excellent glitchy action after this excellent 3-hour showcase. Awesome. We have $50 from Ted G that says, donating for the perfect game with the perfect runner and the most perfect donation reader. Perfect muffin, perfect. Thank you, Ted G. Thank you so much. Just going to take a moment to remind us that we are here raising money for Doctors Without Borders. Doctors Without Borders is an international, independent medical humanitarian organization that delivered emergency aid to people affected by armed conflict, epidemics, malnutrition, natural disasters, and exclusion from healthcare in over 70 countries in 2018. On any given day, thousands of individuals representing dozens of nationalities can be found providing assistance to people caught in crises around the world. They are doctors, nurses, logistics experts, administrators, epidemiologists, laboratory technicians, mental health professionals, and others who work together in accordance with MSF's guiding principles of humanitarian action and medical ethics. The organization received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1999. Thank you so much, Doctors Without Borders. That being said, I am getting word that J-Hobbs is over, ready to give another interview. So take it away, J-Hobbs, and let's find out what you got for us.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jay Hobbs,
Еще
and
интервью.
we wanted to do kind of a different interview this time. We wanted to show you a behind-the-scenes look at some of the setups, a lot of the tech that goes into making GDQ happen. Unfortunately, the best time to do that is when we have a long setup, and that's the worst time to involve any of the tech people because they're very busy. So what we did is we actually went and recorded a video during the setup for the entire event a few days ago. We're going to show you that now and just get you a little brief look at what it takes to make GDQ run.
My name is Alex Van Camp. My alias is Lang, and I'm an engineer with Games Done Quick. Over here is our stream tech station, and this is where our compositing computer lives. This is where every single video source in our show comes together into one place to be composited into our final program feed. This station has a ton of monitors because there's so much going on here. Right here front and center, we have our OBS, which is what most of our show is composited with. All the sources are managed here, everything's composited together, and this is where all of our HTML5 graphics are also rendered. Over here on the left, we have our stream tech dashboard. This is what most of our volunteers will use to control the various systems we have running this show. But they're also going to be interacting with OBS directly to some extent. Top left, we have a multi-view for keeping an eye on some of the more critical sources in our show. Top center here, we have just a Twitch feed to keep an eye on what the live viewers are seeing right now. We have a maximized program feed to look at fine details. And then we have some stats up here about how our show is running and how long it's taking to do setup, because truly every part of the show is a speed run, not just the games. From our compositing computer, the signal then gets sent to our encoding computer. You might wonder why these two tasks of compositing and encoding are on two different computers. And this is because we want to get the most quality possible out of our stream. So we need to use really intense encoding settings that require a really strong CPU. So much so that if we were trying to composite and encode on one computer, it wouldn't work. So we split these tasks up to more evenly distribute the workload. And just like we separate our encoding from our composition, our primary archival recordings are also done on their own computer.
Беспокоиться о ваших глазках, о том, чтобы все было максимально красиво и круто и быстро. Поэтому у них отдельно компьютер для кодировки, отдельно компьютер, который отвечает за коммуникационную систему.
And these are the ones that get automatically uploaded to YouTube at the end of each run. All critical systems on our show are plugged into UPSs, or uninterruptible power supplies. And these are basically really fancy power strips that have big honking batteries in them. So if we ever happen to lose power, it will automatically kick into these battery backups, and the critical systems will stay running for up to several minutes, which is usually enough to survive any power outage we might have.
Has that ever happened before?
Eagle-eyed viewers may remember that this happened during AGDQ 2019 very briefly, but the show kept running and the stream stayed up.
Как-то быстро с пидаром борды прошел уже полчаса. Походу я проспал.
Over here we have one of our many racks full of various equipment that we use to power our show. This one in particular has some headphone amps. It has our Linux server running many of our crucial on-site services with a lot of our in-house code. We also have a small blade computer and again another UPS. These are in literally every single rack we have. Can never have too many. And then coming over here, we have our digital mixer, which is a Behringer X32. Every single audio source in the entire show eventually makes its way into here. We actually even have a second X32 over in Interview World, but that might be too much to talk about right now. So we'll focus on this one. That means every mic, every game, audio from the graphical effects, everything comes into this one place and is controlled by our audio engineer. This might look super intimidating, but we've set it up to actually be pretty user-friendly. And we do that because so much of our show is run by volunteers. They're the ones with their hands actually on the buttons. And a lot of our workflows are focused around empowering our volunteers to do their best work.
Еще
And now we're on
немного
the stage where the
технической
runners
части.
actually come up and play their games as quickly as possible. Down here we have two more racks full of various video and audio processing systems. These are mostly what we use to capture the various feeds from every console you can imagine. So we're prepared to capture HDMI, SCART,
А здесь у них
RGB, with a little bit extra work,
комбик,
we can even be
в
prepared
который
to
можно
capture
подключить
composite
абсолютно
as video.
любое
We also have
устройство для
headphone
игры, которое вы
distribution amps and
только
two
могли
different
бы
matrices down here.
представить.
We have a matrix for
То есть,
HDMI
я
and a
так
matrix for our
понимаю,
analog signals.
и
And those analog
компьютер,
signals and
и
HDMI signals are actually routed through
компьютер,
this little homebrew controller here that has a little touch
да еще
screen.
я знаю компьютер.
And with just one drag here, we can route any input to any output present in our system. And we come over now to our interview area. This is where all of our interviews are conducted and where the interview technicians and producers do their work. You can see we have just as many
Здесь у
monitors
нас
here as we did at the
редакторская,
StreamTech station,
здесь сидят
but these are all performing a
редакторы.
different function than what the StreamTech does. This is effectively its own independent sub-switched show that we're just sending the final mixdown composition back to our main compositing computer to be shown live on the stream.
Им
As you can see, there's
настолько
a lot of
классно,
systems
что
in play
даже
here, so we hope you
трансляция
enjoyed getting
слегка
a brief
крошится.
overview at what it takes to make GDQ run.
Вот так вот у них классно за кулиской. Да. Я думаю, разве что еще не показали спидран комнаты, где раннеры готовятся. А так
Hello
да.
again, I am Prolix, rejoining you now after that wonderful Perfect Dark run. Thanks so much to Covert Muffin for filling in there, giving me a little time off of the mic. And up next, of course, is Borderlands 2, a 3-player co-op all-quest run by the Fun Cannon, Shockwave, and Amerlin. We're still setting up for that right now, so in the meantime, I'll give you some donations here. We've got $225 from Sandalfon. Thank you very much for that. And their comment says, I'm hyped for Dr. Lands without Borderlands. Am I doing it right? Close enough for me. And thank you for your generosity.
Самое время рассказать тем, кто, возможно, только
And we'll be
подключился,
right back after these
о том, что
messages
здесь
from
происходит.
Twitch.
Games Done Quick. Ежегодная акция, занимающаяся благотворительностью посредством набирания огромного количества спидранеров, во время спидранов которых приходят донейшены. Донейшены отправляются в благотворительные организации, такие как Врачи без границ. Также, отправляя донейшн, вы участвуете в различных розыгрышах. Вот вы можете видеть там меч и щит от Зельды. Еще там могут быть футболочки, игрушечки, фигурочки. В общем, да.
And welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2019. We are here all week long in support of Doctors Without Borders. When you go to GamesDoneQuick.com and click to donate, 100% of what you donate goes directly to Doctors Without Borders, aka MSF. They are an international independent medical humanitarian organization that delivered emergency aid to people affected by armed conflicts, epidemics, malnutrition, natural disasters, and exclusion from healthcare in over 70 countries in 2018. On any given day, thousands of individuals representing dozens of nationalities can be found providing assistance to people caught in crises around the world. They are doctors, nurses, logistics experts, administrators, epidemiologists, laboratory technicians, mental health professionals, and others who work together in accordance with MSF's guiding principles of humanitarian action and medical ethics. The organization also received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1999. And I just wanted to thank everyone who so far has chipped in this $237 and change to support such a worthy cause. A lot of people tuning in right now for the Borderlands 2 run. We have Metal Socks with $25 says, looking up to see that Borderlands 2 Glitch Expo. Thank you for that. Yeah, we do have an open incentive right now, and there's a little bit more to go on it, but yeah, it's a long run, and the incentive will be open all run. We've got some time to meet it, so if you want to see a glitch exhibition following the Borderlands 2 run, we just want to raise a total of $20,000 for that bonus goal, and right now we've raised over $13,000. But if you do choose to donate to our cause, which of course I would encourage you to do, thank you so much, please check for the incentives, and if you'd like, put your money toward that glitch exhibition. Danger donated $250, said 5th year watching. Love the runs, runners, and everything GDQ does. Keep up the great work and save the animals. Thank you for your generosity. And now I'll be sending it back to the side stage where we're going to hear about some stuff. Take it away.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick. My name is Sent, and as always, I'm here to tell you guys about some of the amazing prizes you can win tonight during tonight's great Borderlands 2 and Super Metroid runs. In fact, all the prizes we're going to be talking about right now are open from now until the end of Slipstream a little bit later this morning. So be ready to get your donations in for those. First off, from our good friend Zach, we have a Metroid Other M art folio. I believe this is actually a bunch of concept art that came with the collector's edition of Other M. It's super cool. Other M, visually, a beautiful game, one I love. Gameplay-wise, it's hit and miss. People can take it or leave it. But it's a super cool prize, and thank you so much for sending it out to us, Zach. Now, speaking of Slipstream, I never thought we would have a dedicated Slipstream prize, but you know what? We certainly do. We have this beautiful little Slipstream drawing here from our good friend and volunteer Puzzle P. $10 minimum donation. It's super cute. It's a super cute game. I love it. Make sure to get those donations in. Now, moving on to some interesting stuff. From our friend Jonathan Ver, we have a pair of beautiful prints, and they are honestly so good. And I actually just realized they weren't showing on our layouts properly. I'm going to go fix that right after this interview. But for the moment, we have the Gravity Suit print here. Look at this. It's glossy. It's amazing. It's catching all of the lights we have over here, so hopefully it's showing up fine on camera. But we have this Gravity Suit print as well as its sister, the Light Suit print. Both of them are signed. Both of them have a little certificate on the back of authenticity. Both of them are a $25 minimum donation from the now until the end of Slipstream. They look amazing. These are the kind of things I'd love to just frame and have in my living room. They're super great, and I love them. And finally, of course, last but not least, in terms of cool things you can win, we have this beautiful Samus statue based on old concept art of Samus herself, back when she still had green hair. Made and modeled by our very own Jay Storr. Super cool guy. He's done a ton of modeling work for us over the years. And I mean, this thing is so detailed. It's so great. I love it. It's a $30 minimum donation. Guys, we've already raised over $238,000 for Doctors Without Borders. Can we get some applause for that? Yeah, come on.